Welcome back, everyone. JAYBONE here for Smash This Podcast. Coming at you on a Sunday following WWE Fastlane. Now, I gotta say, I wasn't insanely excited about this show, but I tuned in because I was very curious on how it was really going to go, because this is the debut. This is the debut on the Peacock as far as live pay-per-views. So let's talk about that for a minute and a couple other things before we dive into the results and discussion of this show. Terrence Sullivan's in here. What is up? That's right. First pay-per-view on the cock, Daddy-O. That's right. Mark would be very proud of you to say it like that. Oh, and as I say always, as we get into this, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications, especially if you're digging the product. Certainly helps. There's a brand new merch store in the description of this video from Spreadshirt. Very excited to be working with them and starting this new journey. And so far, so good. I mean, I can't complain one bit. I've had sales already, and the merch that has gone out has already almost hit the destinations of the people that bought the stuff already. So can't complain about that. Their shipping is on point. Within 24 hours of the orders being put in, they were processed and made and sent on their way. So if you bought merch, much love. Thank you. Let me know how the merch is. I mean, that's the one of the critical points here is if, I'm dealing with a new shop and the merch has got to be on point. It's got to look good. So let me know if and when you get your merch. Hit me up on social media, whether it be Smash This Podcast on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. Shoot me a message. And yes, critical. Let me know what you ordered. Let me see the merch on you and tell me how it is. So that's gonna really let me know how things are. If I hear from you personally. So and tons of new merch, hats, buttons, and there's different kinds of sweatshirts, zip up hoodies, all sorts of stuff. So and different kind of shirts too. I even got tie-dyes in there. You can order with the new logos and such. I saw somebody ordered a shirt with the tie-dye style. So let me know how that is, because I'm really dying to know. Let me know if it's, I mean, I'm assuming it's good quality, but let me know. Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about that just a little bit. I did, and thankful to a buddy of mine, Adam, hit me up with the link for the NWA show. So thanks again. I was in and out of the show. I didn't watch the whole thing top to bottom, but it looked like it was over just before the pre-show of Fastlane started. So I was taking care of stuff. I'd watched part of a match. I'd watched part of another match. So I watched a little bit of everything. And then what I'm planning on doing is is I'm planning on watching NWA Back for the Attack and doing a review of it sometime tomorrow. I don't know when. It all depends on how my day goes, but in the next 24 hours or so, or I might just lump it into everything tomorrow night. We'll see how the day goes, because I want to start working on this tomorrow as well. So, getting my office moved around and whatnot. So I did enjoy what I watched. The bits and pieces I watched before Fastlane tonight. Because it actually started early. It was on at like 3, which was nice to see, because I think they knew they were going up against Fastlane tonight. So that was actually smart on their part. I will give them that. That was smart. And this wasn't a super long card either. Certainly some new faces on there. Tyrus debuted. Chris Masters was in there. And maybe not necessarily faces that are going to, draw a lot of viewers. But it was interesting to see them and see how they were in their matches. Some new faces I'd never seen before. A guy named Clearwater. And who else did I see? Oh, Slice Boogie. That was certainly a new name. And the whole show was dedicated to Josephus and a couple other people who recently passed away from the wrestling industry. I did see Terrence. I did notice Terrence Terrell showed up at this show and did commentary on the women's match. That was Camille versus Thunder Rosa, which from what I saw looked pretty good. Yes, Jordan Clearwater. They also talked about him doing stuff with New Japan too. So that was an interesting little reference there, because I don't watch a lot of New Japan. Zach says it looks like I put the logo on the wall. No, it's not on the wall. It's on the screen. It's there's nothing on the walls, but there are soon. When I redo this office, there's going to be stuff on the walls. Just be patient, folks. Be patient. So yeah, for what I watched, I enjoyed it. And I am going to be watching the whole thing in its entirety, which is about 2 hours, about a 2-hour show, it looked like, because it went from about 3 to about 5, which was great for a nice little comeback show. And then what had me wondering was, okay, so they're going to be doing weekly shows now, and how are they going to be doing this? How much are they charging? Well, I looked, and it's honestly not a bad deal. It's not. And I think I'm actually going to take advantage of this. NWA is charging $4.99 a month for their episodes. Not per episode, per month. So $5 a month for their episodes. Honestly, that's not bad. If they were charging like $10 an episode, I'd be like, hell no. But I am curious, and I'm willing to give them another chance, because I just didn't like how they were bringing in so many. Like I love the Rock and Roll Express. Don't get me wrong. I grew up with them, but you don't need to put your titles on them. That didn't excite me, and in the afterthoughts of everything from 2 years ago or whatever, a year and a half ago, whatever it was. That didn't excite me as a fan. So stuff like that honestly kind of turned me off. It's like, if you're building the new NWA, you gotta use you got to use the youth that's out there to build your product, build new stars. That's what's going to keep this going, not guys like the Rock and Roll Express. Bring them in for some commentary and a little appearance here and there. That's fine. They still got their schools and stuff. That's fine. But so yeah, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that. And that it looks like NWA content might be making its way back here. So I'm like I said, I'm willing to give it another shot. I'm kind of excited about it. So I just wanted to bring that up first before I dive into this pay-per-view. So we're talking about We're talking about WWE. Look, see, I start to talk about other stuff and my brain goes to mush. We're talking about WWE Fastlane, the last stop on the road to WrestleMania. This was their debut on the Peacock, and I gotta say, I was a little worried on how the quality was going to be. Now, I've watched a couple things on there already. I watched some, what was it? I was watching it the other night, then I fell asleep to it. I don't know. I put something on the network and just for the sake of playing it, and testing it out. It was something from the Stone Cold list. And then I passed out. And then I woke up a couple hours later from a nap. So it's not that I was bored. It's because I was in pain and I was just chilling. So J-Bone's just getting old. Let's be honest. It's sometimes J-Bone falls asleep while he's sitting there watching shit. It's happened quite a few times recently, but I try my best to stay awake for the stuff I'm really trying to, review afterwards like this. Yes, Tara Sullivan, all excited about the Tara and Terrell. Yeah, she was. I was pleasantly surprised to see that. I got to say that. Yeah, we'll be talking about that more tomorrow, folks. We'll be talking about that. So tune in for that. So we had the pre-show tonight for Fastlane. And I don't even know. I kind of stayed off social media today. I was busy prepping for this, that, doing some other stuff around the house. So I didn't really know if they added anything, what they decided on a pre-show match. I had no clue. All I know is that from what I heard for the Peacock, there is no pause, rewind, start from the beginning, none of that stuff. That's not an option yet. So if you have the Peacock, you have to watch it from start to finish if you want to catch the whole thing. There's not a lot of room for, you got to pick and choose the times you say, get up to go get a snack or, go to the bathroom, whatever. Hopefully the Peacock does change that sooner rather than later, because that is going to become an issue if fans are getting upset. So Paul says, pain, uncle? Yes, just my everyday back pain that I deal with. Some days are good, some days are bad. And I've had a couple bad days recently. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not crawling around on the floor yet. I'm good. So all right, so the kickoff show here is Riddle defending his United States title against Mustafa Ali with all of Retribution at his side. Now, I will say this. I was not expecting this match to go the way it did. I mean, I was expecting Riddle to win, but I was not expecting how Retribution was going to act during the match, or or what happened following. So, I mean, Riddle had his hands full. I mean, the odds were, no matter how anyone behaves at ringside, he still had his hands full with this one. So props to Riddle for winning this one. He defended it successfully. It was a decent back and forth match. And Retribution pretty much just kind of like stood off to the side altogether. They didn't surround the ring like they had in, weeks past, where they're, trying to distract, or they're trying to show a lot of support for said member of Retribution in the ring. They pretty much just kind of just stood back and just watched. Not, yelling or being distracting at all, which was surprising. So I was like, all right, something's up here. So there's some crazy, there's something going on here. Well, Riddle ends up winning with a second rope, or off the second rope in the corner of the turnbuckle, Bro Derek, and gets him 1, 2, 3. Well, Riddle then takes off, quickly, just to make sure he's not going to be a victim of any kind of post-match beatdown. Because, like I said, those odds were against him. He gets out of there, and Ali's just losing his mind, yelling at his crew again. And I can't think of her name. Maya Yim. She was the first to just leave. She was like, talk to the hand, and she just rolled out of the ring, took off. She was like, nope, I'm done. And followed by Slapjack, followed by Slapjack. He just left. Ali's like, where are you going? And yes, Jade. Jade from another place at another time. And then he's screaming at Mace and T-Bar, and they just decide to just choke slam him to hell, and they're standing over him. And so it looks like Retribution is done. Now, the interesting thing here is what happens to everyone. Does everybody, and there's no wrong answer to this. I want to hear your opinions on this. Because look, all these guys are talented, especially Yim. And she was, Reckoning. That's what they gave her name. But the Reckoning is actually, was, I can't even think of his name now. It's a guy it's a new guy on Raw. Wasn't that his finisher? But then did they rename his finisher? I don't even know. So are they going to keep everyone together and just separate them from Ali? Or are they going to split everyone up into just singles competition? Now, the other thing is here, are they going to keep their alternative names? Or are they going to go back to what they were before? Like T-Bar, a.k.a. What's his name? Dijakovic or whatever. I can never pronounce his name. I think that's right. I don't think that's right, though. He just had an action figure come out, and so he can't even promote it properly because he's T-Bar. So, you know what's funny is I want to see somebody buy this action figure and make a T-bar custom out of it. That'd be that'd actually be kind of cool. It'd be interesting to see. I wonder if anybody's going to do that. Maybe I'll do that. I've never done any customs before, but I see the customs out there and I'm like, oh my God, that'd be awesome to try and do that sometime. Because I know you can buy like stuff for it and do it, but I wouldn't know where the hell to start. I'm not a painter or nothing. But anyways, let me know what you think they should do. Do you think Mace and T-Bar should stay as a tag team? Because honestly, two big guys as a tag team together, I think that'd be pretty dope. But should they keep their names? Should they go back to what they were before? Let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat. Because, like I said, everybody's talented here. They just weren't given a fair shake because, like, they came in, all guns blazing, and then just the whole thing just went wonky as hell. It's crazy. So who knows? We'll see. Now on to the main part of the card. And of course, we start right out with everybody's favorite, including mine, not. Oh, God. Reggie starts out the pay-per-view. Lovely. So excited. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax coming out with Reggie. Reggie's like dragging 10 feet behind the ladies. I don't understand this. If Reggie's with Nia, why isn't he like at her side, arm in arm? Are they a couple? Is he a sex slave? What's going on here? I'm a little confused. I'm really confused. Like, she just gave him a spa day and she was just glowing the other day. Oh my God. Just stop that, please. Just stop that. And Reggie, this entire match was just clueless at ringside. Didn't root on Nia Jax. He stood there. He stood there the whole time just doing nothing. I don't get it. It's like, why are you going to have someone out there for this character and not have them do anything? Like, even a bad manager does something. Not calling him a manager, but I'm just saying a bad manager even does something. You know what I mean? So Baszler and Jax defending their WWE Women's Tag titles against Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. Now, Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks are getting along here. Baszler and Jax don't look like they're getting along. This whole thing just starts looking out wonky as shit. And I already don't like this. So it was really hard for me to focus on this match or want to, because of everything. It just looked ridiculous. Now, Baszler and Jax end up defending successfully here, and Belair and Banks are just arguing post-match, and finally Sasha Banks just slaps the shit out of Belair and then leaves. And that really woke up Bianca Belair. And you could see the light go on instantly, like, okay, this partnership was never going to work. She looks up at the WrestleMania sign to her left, and she's like, okay, I know what I need to do now. In 2 weeks, I'm going to headline WrestleMania against Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's title, and I know what I need to do. The light went on. So there's no more of this silly trying to get along but not really getting along, and trying to be supportive because you got this alternative goal with the tag titles. No, that's all out the window now. She knows what she needs to do. And Sasha Banks called her a rookie. Now, I will say this. Bianca Belair is still very young in her career here in WWE. And it didn't start out super smooth, especially on the main roster with the Street Profits and everything. You know, it started out a little wonky, but she has certainly improved, or they've improved her booking. I'll say that. Because I don't want to put this on Bianca Belair. She can only do what she's allowed to do. You know what I mean? So they finally got this on track. In my opinion, they never should have done this whole tag thing in the first place. Now, Natalya and Tamina never showed up, and I was a little surprised, but whatever. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm sure that's going to be coming because it looks like they may be the opponents for Baszler and Jax at WrestleMania, which I'm all for that. I'm all for that. You got some next generation daughters there tagging up together, and they're both a couple of just kind of, roughing people up like a couple of badasses. I'm good with that. That's simple. That's simple, Now they got this Shane McMahon story, and that was a big question going into this, because I didn't realize until after I was done with my preview the other night that I was like, they don't even have it on the page as like it was originally there and then it wasn't there. But before I was doing my preview, and they took it down. But it's the whole thing was so wonky anyways, I had completely forgotten about it, to be honest. So that shows you what it was worth to me. But then we get this update on Shane McMahon that he was training for Braun Strowman. And he injured his knee in training or something. It was banged up. And then he decides in the middle of a conversation with Elias, with Ryker, because he wants to be part of WrestleMania coming up in a couple of weeks. He's like, yeah, I might have something for you. Why don't you come to the ring with me? Well, should have seen this coming a mile away. Shane McMahon, who's on crutches and he's got ice on his knee or whatever he had around his knee, decides last minute that he's like, you're going to be my substitute tonight. Thank you. And Elias is like, oh, okay, wait, what? I'm going to do what? So, yeah, Elias got screwed and he had to face Strowman instead of Shane McMahon. So, yeah, this went horribly bad. I just realized I skipped over a match. My bad, because I lumped in the whole conversation into the match. So let me backtrack. But yeah, so Strowman beats Elias, and I'm assuming this whole thing with Shane McMahon's knee is all BS, and they're actually just going to save this for WrestleMania, which is smart. As much as I don't like it, it's smart, because Shane is just like annoying as shit right now, in my opinion. He's playing a good heel, but he is like the most annoying heel on the planet right now. It's crazy. Paul Nelson is asking, is Brett still with Vince? Are you talking about Natalya's uncle Brett? Bret Hart? I think he does a couple appearances here and there, but I don't think he's like under contract or anything. I don't think. There's probably a license to do some merch, because I think I saw a Hart family shirt on the WWE shop in the Legends section. But beyond that, I don't think he's with Vince. I don't think, I don't think there's anything like big contract-wise going on. Probably just a license to do some merch. That's about it. That's my guess. I certainly haven't heard anything. All right, so backtrack. My bad. We've got the Intercontinental title up for grabs. Big E defending against Apollo Crews. Now, this was an okay match. I don't have a whole lot to say about this one. I don't know. There was something off about it. Big E was a little different than he normally is. I'm so used to him being so happy and charismatic, and he was just really like out of his element here, like very like a lot more aggressive than usual. So it just didn't look like the Big E we all know for the last umpteenth years with the New Day, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I just wasn't ready for that because it almost came off as heelish, especially with the brawl that they had this last night on SmackDown. So, excuse me. So yeah, I mean, it was a match, and the ending was really wonky because they didn't even replay it. So I don't know if it was a hiccup or what happened, but both of them had their shoulders down. And because both of them had their shoulders down, the referee called Big E the winner. It really weird. And then Apollo Crews just obliterates him with a beatdown after Apollo Crews lost the match. So I think this is going to keep going. Hopefully they'll have some kind of, fun stipulation match or something. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Mr. Fretz is in here. What's up, man? All right, what's up next here? We've got Rollins versus Nakamura. This was fun. This was like, I was like, all right, we're finally starting to get rolling here. And I'm starting to enjoy this show because it just, I don't know. It was just, not really keeping my attention, honestly. Like, it was just a show. It didn't feel like the card really wasn't. I mean, there's certainly highlights to this card, but it really just wasn't anything that blew me out of the water. I'm not going to straight up say it sucked because, like I said, there were some things that I really was happy about seeing here, but Rollins came out to face Nakamura, and these two, honestly, to this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches in, finally had at this point a match of the card contender, because these two really, I want to see Rollins versus Cesaro at Mania. Okay, I still want to see that, but I like this match so much, I want to see it again. So give it to me down the road as a rewind match, whatever. I still want to see this again. I don't care if it's on a SmackDown for shits and giggles or whatever. Give me Nakamura versus Rollins. And they gave this a decent amount of time too, so that was fun. But Rollins comes off with a win here. We get the final promo leading into tomorrow night's Monday Night Raw. Tomorrow, the nightmare begins, and Rhea Ripley comes to Raw. Now, as soon as WrestleMania is, I'm a little surprised that this is happening, but like she had a WrestleMania match last year. So I understand why they're doing this now. In my opinion, they should have pulled the trigger on this a long time ago, but whatever. Nothing we can do about it now. So, yeah, I'm very excited about her coming. Like I said, I haven't seen a ton of her content, but I'm hearing nothing but ridiculous positiveness about her stuff. From NXT UK or wherever else. So, and she's very young. I saw a little interview she did with Samoa Joe recently, and yeah, she's very young. She's like 23, 24, and she's very good. So, great look to her, badass, kind of a punk, whatever, rebel look. So, really looking forward to it. So she's probably going to have a quick something over the next 24 hours to build up something, and she'll get a quick squash match at Mania. It's too late to do anything big. And from what it looks like, we're not going to get any kind of rematch. I'm hearing things like Charlotte might be pulled off the card for WrestleMania, which is odd, but I've also heard that she just got booked to star in a woman's remake of Walking Tall, which is very interesting. That's actually kind of cool. So can't wait to see that, honestly. Because The Rock was in a remake several years ago. Was that 10 years ago? No, not quite 10 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago, give or take a little bit. It was a while ago. But so we'll see. We'll have to see till tomorrow night and see what happens. See what's next for Charlotte and or Rhea Ripley. So yeah, we'll see. So, but let me know in the chat, who do you want to see? If Rhea Ripley gets a Mania match set up, 2002, 15 years ago? Oh man, I was like, I didn't guess far enough ago. Holy shnikes. That's wild. Sometimes I forget what year it is. So what happens when you grow old? You just time just flies. Oh, crazy. Fred says Rhea versus Asuka rocket strap. Oh, snap. That's crazy. That's like Paige Rocket. Remember? She came to the main roster and got her championship super quick or something like that, or got her first win. Yeah, that's nuts. All right, so we'll see. But yeah, let me know in the chat who you want to see her face up against, whether it's Asuka or someone else, whatever. Now, up next here, in my opinion, is match of the night. Absolutely match of the night. I love this. I love this feud. I wish they took this to Mania and did this match at Mania. But now we're probably not doing that because now they just announced that McIntyre is going to face, because without calling it a number one contenders match, it almost sounded like the winner of this match was going to go on to face Lashley. But they also kind of in the same breath made it sound like this was McIntyre's last stop before facing Lashley at Mania. So there was a part of me that almost wanted Sheamus to win so that they could have just a 3-man Hoss fight. Triple threat Hoss fight. Just, oh my God, that'd have been amazing. I know some people don't like triple threats in a, situation like that where a title's on the line, but I would have been ready for it. The only problem with that is I feel like the feud would have overshadowed Lashley in some ways. But yeah, sure. I'll take Lashley versus McIntyre. And if you guys want a preview of that, that happened about 4-ish years ago. You can go look it up on the old Impact Plus app. In fact, I'm going to do that probably within the next week because, I paid attention to McIntyre's stuff back then, but I was real back and forth with the brand. I'm not going to lie. I was watching, then I kind of wasn't. And the whole saga between Jeff and Matt Hardy really kind of brought me back because I heard about the hype behind it. And I was like, what's going on? That's crazy. So yeah, I'm all for that. But this match right here, these two guys just absolutely clobbered the shit out of each other all over the place, up into the sections where they had the screens. They took out some screens. Sheamus set off some electrical explosions. It was cool. I liked it. Sheamus gave McIntyre a Celtic cross through the announce table. I loved it. These guys really have an insane amount of chemistry and know how to tell a story. And I was never bored 1 second from this because it went both ways, told a great story. I loved it. But McIntyre comes out with the win here. He was even all decked out in the whole Braveheart paint, a la Mel Gibson from the Hollywood movie. Which is authentic because that's what they looked like back then, I guess, when they went to war or whatever. So, but yeah, a lot of fun. So I'm a little worried that Sheamus isn't going to have anything for Mania because he's really been proving himself with everything he's been doing with McIntyre lately. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Because, if they're building up brand new stuff over the next couple weeks, sometimes you've got feuds out of nowhere that really don't need a big build-up. It's like, hey, you bump into someone in the hallway and I don't like you. Oh, you don't like me? All right, well, how about we have a WrestleMania match? All right, that sounds damn good. And some stuff on paper just looks amazing. You don't need a lot of hype. So we'll see what happens. But I am excited for McIntyre versus Lashley. Those two are going to tear down the house. And as much as I want to see McIntyre get his win in front of a crowd, I'm all Team Lashley on this one. I am very excited about that. Hey, Keanu, what's up, man? Bad first half, great second half. Drew, Roman, and The Fiend stole the show. I'll agree with that. I'll agree, yeah. And there was, I was even waiting to see, even a surprise tag match, and we didn't get that. Besides the ladies here, which I really wasn't big on that anyways, so... but we didn't get that. But you can't have too loaded of a card 2 weeks before Mania. Let's be honest, So it is what it is. I'm not gonna lose my mind over it. I'm not just gonna say it was a crap pay-per-view. It just I don't know. Just the timing, everything. It's just not well booked, So now we we kind of knew what was going to happen here. Like, I didn't even know if we were going to get an actual match between Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton, but sure enough, we did. It was just long, drawn out, and a lot of psychological warfare on the part of Alexa Bliss towards Randy Orton, and using supernatural psych out things towards him. And I'm okay with that. It was okay, you know, a little kooky. I will say I love this character of Alexa Bliss, though. I'm 1,000% in on this. It took me a while because I was like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna work. No, she's really good at this because she's playful. She looks evil. She looks terrifying, and yet she looks adorable at the same time. So it's a little bit of everything. It's kind of like what you get with what's a comparison? Oh, like Susie from Impact Wrestling. You know, she looks adorable, but all of a sudden something will snap, and then, you know, she starts twitching, and it's like, oh God, what's going on with her? You know, what is she gonna do? So similar but different, you know. And I'm not saying Alexa Bliss is a ripoff of Susie. No. Don't get that twisted. I'm just comparing here. Okay. So because I know I got a lot of Impact fans here, just making sure nobody loses their mind here. All right. So Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss does a lot of chasing of Alexa Bliss around. Even before the match starts, Randy Orton coughs up a bunch of black stuff again, and this just frustrates him. He's like, oh no, not this again. Charles says Alexa has the Harley Quinn thing down pat. Yeah, she does it well. She really does. She does. So he coughs up a bunch of black stuff. He starts charging across the ring once the match starts. He starts charging at her, and flames pop up in front of him out of nowhere. Chases her around some more. A lighting truss drops from above him, right in front of him. She shoots out a fireball at him. And this he's just getting more and more frustrated because she's got all these toys up her sleeve, and just laughing the whole time and smiling and blowing kisses. Then all of a sudden, there's a crack in the mat, and lights and smoke. And a hand comes out that looks just charred and mangled, part of a gloved hand. And grabs Randy Orton. Randy Orton pulls away, turns around, and more smoke and fire blows up from the hole. No, it's not a Nia Jax reference. My hole. Just thank God she stopped doing that, because 2 weeks in a row was too much already. So he crawls out, and he's just looking extra crispy. They do a close-up on him, and there's smoke all around him, and his face his mask is all melted. His clothes are all burnt and charred, and Zach Bonifer says Michael Jackson burnt sparkle glove. Yeah, that's something like that. Then he ends up putting him in Sister Abigail. Orton's out cold. Alexa Bliss pins him 1, 2, 3. And where the ref was in all this, I don't even know. But the whole thing was pretty, He was off to the side, I guess. Mr. Front says Jax had Chipotle. Oh, dear God. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. That's bad. That's bad. So obviously we're getting Orton versus The Fiend at WrestleMania. So and I'm okay with that. A lot of people don't want to see that again, but this has been a lot of very slow storytelling, and sometimes slow storytelling is good, sometimes it's bad. This one's been okay. It's been, I feel like Alexa Bliss has been fairly entertaining. They could only do so much in the setting they have. I don't know if we're going to get another cinematic match, like Orton shows up at the house again, and I have no idea what's coming down the road. We'll have to wait and see. But we're going to find out sooner than later, because we got less than 2 weeks till WrestleMania now. And we also don't know what night it's going to end on, because I guess now it's 2 nights, the 10th and 11th of WrestleMania. But the 10th, I'm going to be paying more attention to Impact Wrestling. Hopefully Impact Wrestling's show will be much earlier in the day, so I don't have to, make decisions like that, because I want to see both, but I don't want to miss anything either, because we'll see. Keanu says Orton needs a partner too, maybe Dakota Kai. Hey, maybe it will be a tag match. Maybe, or maybe Orton will team up with the debuting Rhea Ripley. How about that? Would you guys like to see Orton and Rhea Ripley versus Extra Crispy Fiend and Alexa Bliss? Original recipe, Alexa Bliss. I don't know. It's a thought. I've also heard that a couple other girls are making their debut roster soon, and or again. Santana Garrett just took her picture in front of the SmackDown sign along with Chelsea Green. So it looks like Chelsea Green is good to go. We'll see what happens to them over the next few weeks, because they haven't really given any promos like, hey, so-and-so showing up. They haven't done that like Rhea Ripley's. Rhea Ripley's has really been well put together as far as promos, and she's coming, and she's the Nightmare, and not the Natural Nightmare. That's another dude on another show. That's different. So we'll see. Charles says, who's the baby face in this feud? Honestly, I would say, with everything that's happened to Orton, I would say Orton's the baby face. Honestly. Because I don't remember how the last one was booked, but at least this chapter of it, I'd say, with everything that has happened to Randy Orton, it would be him. Oh, yeah, Bell's boy. So, yeah, thank you for the reminder. Yeah, condolences to Randy Orton on the passing of his uncle, Randy O, yesterday. Yeah, sad. I don't remember him. He was in the WWF right around the same time that I kind of got away from wrestling, so I don't really remember him. But nonetheless, still sad. You don't hear about him mentioned much. Barry Orton, yeah, Barry O. Excuse me. So, yeah. So then now on to the main event here. And Edge is the special enforcer outside the ring. This is for the Universal title. Reigns defending his title against Daniel Bryan. Now, this was okay, but I enjoyed the McIntyre Sheamus match a lot more. This was a slow, methodical, storytelling. This one went like well over half an hour. I was a little surprised it went that long, but I'm glad they gave it some time. They didn't rush it by any means. A lot of psychology. Daniel Bryan trying to put in submissions on Reigns right away. Reigns wasn't having it. And Daniel Bryan was starting to get inside the head of Reigns. And then it went back and forth. Reigns started combating some of this stuff. And but they had a pretty good match. The ref goes down. And so far, Edge is just outside of the ring, just behaving himself. He didn't run in, do nothing. He's just outside the ring. He's just really focused, really studying both of them. Then Jey Uso comes in after the ref goes down, and he starts attacking Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan retaliates with a chair shot and ends up taking out Jay, gets him out of the ring, and then decides he wants to use the chair on Roman, which is very unlike Daniel Bryan, but completely understandable. He's been through a lot. And the idea goes way wrong. Roman ducks. He hits Edge. Edge goes down. And then Bryan ends up getting Roman back in a submission. And Roman actually taps, but Edge doesn't care. He just grabs a chair and starts beating the holy hell out of both of them. And to the point that then Roman finally just rolls over and pins Daniel Bryan for the win. Edge fuming. And he's like, he's got that old Edge look where he gets crazy and he's like, and just takes off. And he doesn't stick around. I kind of thought the whole thing was just going to end in a no contest with Edge standing over both guys, but he left and it didn't end like that. Roman ends up pinning Daniel Bryan for the win. So Roman wins, but he really doesn't win here because he really got the snot kicked out of him here. So as much as some fans, including myself, kind of wanted to see Daniel Bryan get one last shot at Mania and get a triple threat, we're going to have spear versus spear here. Edge versus Roman Reigns defending his Universal Championship at WrestleMania in 2 weeks. Keanu says Edge was great like always. Yeah, he was. It's but it's weird though. I'm still not used to Edge being around and doing all this. So I'll tell you what though, the next 2 weeks are going to be here's that word again, very critical. Because some people are very excited about this match. Some people are not sold on this match yet. Like me, I'm not really sold on this match yet. Like I'm happy Edge is back, and I'm I was excited about his match from Friday, but it just, I don't know, came off weird. I guess it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to. Like, I was almost kind of expecting a squash match, and we got just a regular match. It was kind of like, wow. I mean, that's really risky given the situation, given Edge. Not that Edge is going to get injured all the time, but why put him in a situation this close to WrestleMania if you don't have to? But that goes for so many people on the card, play it safe, But hey, he's in great shape, and I'm sure he's going to have a hell of a match with Roman Reigns in 2 weeks. So, but let me know are you sold on it? Like, I'm excited about it, but I'm not like super mega like, oh my God, it's going to be like the best headliner we've had in years. But it is going to be in front of a crowd, so that's also going to add something to it. Like, I just got a little bit of goosebumps on my arms thinking about it being in front of a crowd because it's been sorely missed in the world of professional wrestling. It's like, yeah, there's indies out there, and yeah, they're piping in noise here and there, but it's not the same. That organic, seeing people there losing their minds, fists in the air, screaming because so-and-so's coming down to the... Look, I just got more goosebumps. Holy shit. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be emotional. So maybe that will help the fan base in this situation. I don't know. Look, give me your thoughts on it. Are you sold on it? Are you excited about it? Are you not sold on it yet? Let me know. So, Bell's Boy says, I'm more sold on Bianca. I'm sorry, Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks and Drew versus Lashley at WWE edition for WrestleMania. No, I'm very excited about that too. They're going to put on amazing matches. Like, I just bought my first, I don't have it near me, I'd show it off. I just bought my first Bianca Belair action figure. And I don't have a lot of the ladies around here. I really don't have a lot of ladies around here at all. I think I've got a Paige and like someone else. I forget. But I don't have a lot of lady action figures. But I just bought a Bianca Belair because, number one, the figure looked great. And number two, she has really sold me on her abilities as of late. I really feel like I'm not going to call her the EST. I'm not going to call her the best. She'll have to prove that at WrestleMania against Sasha Banks. And Sasha, and I'm not a fashion guy, and I'm not a hair guy by any means. You know me, but damn, Sasha Banks needs to do something with her roots. Her roots are coming out like this far. She needs to do, I'm used to her looking like $1 million. She came in the ring tonight looking like she just rolled out of bed. And that's not normal for Sasha Banks. So something's off there. I don't know what's going on, but I really hope she looks like our normal Sasha Banks rolling into WrestleMania. I hope she's all okay. So, but that's it for Fastlane. It was okay. I mean, as far as the show on Peacock, it was good quality. So I was happy with that because that was going to be one of the big things going into WrestleMania in 2 weeks. How was everything going to look, operate, whatnot? And there's Oreo going batshit, so we'll wrap this up soon. Paul Auntie's doing fine. Thank you. She went shopping for me today. I'll show that all off soon. She helped me add to my action figure collection. I'll do that soon. Maybe tomorrow night I'll share what Auntie got me. But yeah, that's Fastlane. So the stuff, the quality of the show on the Peacock, I'm okay with it. It went well. Hopefully the changes will come soon, though. as far as, pause, rewind, fast forward, whatnot. Because at least we had that with the old network. Peacock needs to change that. And they need to change that ASAP. Hopefully by this spring. I was hearing changes by September. If you want people to sign up for this shit, you got to do it a lot quicker than that. So cross your fingers, folks. So far, so good. But yeah, they do need to change that. I wonder if Pell's boy. I wonder if WWE was proud as a peacock. Cue the soundbite on tonight's broadcast. I'm sure they were happy. I wasn't paying attention to social media, so I don't know what people were saying on social media, but whatever. So for those that came in late, I am going to watch the NWA Back for the Attack and give my review for that tomorrow, Monday. And I'm excited for Rhea Ripley's debut, so I'll be watching for that. So probably watch Raw and then do my review after that, depending on, I don't know what's going on with Trent and the whole Backstage Boys thing, because sometimes they're doing stuff, sometimes they're not. So I'll be in communication with him tomorrow, and then we'll set up stuff, and I'll let you guys know. Might be a late one. We'll see. Don't know yet. So, but yeah, we'll talk some NWA. I'll give my review of Back for the Attack, along with some highlights from Raw, because this is one of the last Raws before WrestleMania. We'll have the debut of Rhea Ripley. Stoked for that. So tune in for that tomorrow night. I'll get times figured out as soon as I can during the day tomorrow. And in the meantime, you know what to do as we get out of here. We smash that like button. We smash that sub button. Ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. For your bone on the go, the audio portion of Smash This Podcast is on anchor.fm/Smash This Podcast. Goes out to Spotify, Google, Apple, Podbean, Verbal, Castbox, Rebel Radio, and a handful of others. So always changing, always improving, always hitting new places. So make sure you check that out. The numbers are slowly growing, which is great to see. And go check out the merch in the description. Brand new merch shop. Some great looking merch on there. We got tie-dyes. We got tees, caps, hoodies, zip hoodies. We got pins. We even have women's tees. Some great looking premium tees. So go check that out. And if you order something, hit me up. Let me know how the merch is, because they are fast. One of my buddies ordered some just a couple days ago, and he's about to get his package tomorrow, which is just blowing my mind. So we should get the first review on some of that tomorrow. Can't wait to see how it is. So hit me up. Let me know. Take a picture of yourself with the merch, and tag me in it. Let me know how it is. So much love, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow night sometime. We'll figure out the times, but we'll see you tomorrow night for some NWA talk and some Raw highlights and such. So much love, everyone. Good night.